So in this video we're looking at GCSE Physics distance time graphs. This video forms a little bit a part of the forces and motion playlist. Distance time graphs are a useful way of presenting your data. The gradient of a distance time graph represents the speed. A horizontal line shows that the object is stationary, not moving. A curved line indicates acceleration. For example, calculate the velocity of the red car between 0 seconds to 4 seconds. Look at the graph and calculate the gradient of the graph. So the gradient being the velocity. So here's the graph for the red car. Goes, increases distance, then stationary, and then decreases distance. So between 0 to 4 seconds, the gradient here is the change of the distance divided by the change in the time. So the change in the y-axis divided by the change in the x-axis. So the change in this 4 seconds, the increase in the distance was gone from 0 to 8. So there's a change of 8 meters per second in 4 seconds. So 8 divided by 4 gives 2 meters per second. Hence the velocity is 2 meters per second. Calculate the velocity of the blue car between 0 to 2 seconds. So here's the blue car graph. So 0 to 2 seconds, it's gone up by 10 meters. The distance has gone up by 10 meters. So the change in y, or the distance, is 10. Change in x is 2, gives us 5 meters per second. Hence the velocity is 5 meters per second. Calculate the velocity of the red car between 7 to 10 seconds. There's 7 seconds, there's 10 seconds, so the red car is going down from 8 meters to 0 meters. So therefore, there is a deceleration, or you could say a negative acceleration. So either if it's distance, we're talking about going backwards, or if it's velocity, if it's displacement here, then we can be talking about a deceleration. So the change in y is -8 and the change in x is 3, so -8 divided by 3 minus 2.7 meters per second. Hence the velocity is minus 2.7 meters per second. It's actually the speed is 2.7 meters per second backwards, so a negative velocity just means moving in the opposite direction in this case. So that's distance time graphs. How about velocity time graphs? So velocity time graphs can be used to calculate accelerations and displacements. Acceleration is the gradient and displacement is the area under the graph. For example, calculate the acceleration between 0 to 4 seconds. So the gradient is the change in y is 8 divided by the change in x, which is 4, and that gives 2. So the acceleration is 2 meters per second squared. Calculate the distance travelled between 0 to 4 seconds. Area under the line is 1/2 times 4 times 8, which is 16, which is the area of the triangle. Distance equals 16 meters. So it's this area here, okay, and that's an area of a triangle, so it's, you can say 1/2 times the base times the height, 1/2 times the base, which is 4 times the height, which is 8, so that's that area.